Hello. Yeah, just realized now that first video that I posted really didn't introduce myself. So my name is Paul. I'm a average South African, blue collar worker as such. Work 6 days a week. Yeah, I think I just wanted to document my spiritual journey and perhaps in some way or another, assist others and help others with what they might be going through. I found as a believer. You often find yourself in a situation where you think, well, no one else is going through what you go through. And right now I'm sitting in the car. I'm on my way to a meeting. I thought, let me just document and just to do another video. There was a few things on my heart this morning. You know, my reason for these videos, even if no one watches them, but yeah, even if just one person does and it means something to them, then it gives me purpose. I think a lot of times in life, that's what we struggle with as people, and what depresses us a lot is if we feel we don't have purpose. We just work and it's the same thing every day, in and out, and we just don't have purpose. But this somehow it gives me hope of purpose, and like I said, if it just means something to one person, and I'm happy. And we always chase success in life, and the world teaches us that success is, having a fancy job and a nice house and drive fancy cars. Is that truly what success is? I think scriptures tells us that we mustn't store up things here on earth. Store up things in heaven. And the way we do that is what we do for others. I think that's the true accomplishments and the true successes that we can have in life. But in saying that, I probably might going forward have a lot of say a lot of controversial things. But yeah, this is just Paul's thoughts. This week I was a bit upset. About 3 days ago, Ozzy Osbourne passed away. Now, growing up, I'm not shy to say that I'm a heavy metal fan, a rock fan, and going right through from AC/DC, Black Sabbath, and then going to other genres of music, to Johnny Cash and the Bee Gees and Elvis. Music. A lot of people will say, oh, it's not, you mustn't listen to non-secular music, and I think yeah, if something is blatantly satanistic and and I mean, there's a lot of that music on radio stations. That just blatantly is not good. But when with Ozzy Osbourne passing away, and obviously me being a fan of him, I watched a lot of the little videos and stuff, and the comments shocked me. So many Christians out there, specifically Christians, just the comments were so bad. I mean, there's people saying, "Oh, good," and he's probably gone to hell, and then the comments that followed on that is what I expected those comments, but the response on that is what concerns me. So a response on many of these comments were, well, that's why I don't want to be Christian, and that's why I don't trust, Christians. Now I'm starting wondering, what kind of image are we putting out there, if people just naturally assume that we are very judgmental people when we shouldn't be. I mean, we must be very careful how we handle things, and it's not for us to judge. I mean, I think mainstream media would not want to let people know about certain things, and I think let me talk about that and touch on that, specifically with Ozzy Osbourne. I think if I go back, I'm not going to mention magazines and channels, but there was an interview held around about 2001, 2002, if I remember correctly. And the question was asked about his drug use and alcohol abuse that just stopped. Just stopped. I mean, after many, many years, he just stopped. And I said, well, did his wife, Sharon, have something to do with it? And he said, yeah, well, she was good to him and helped him a lot, but he was doing these things while they were married. I mean, I got married in 1982 or something. But when answering the question, he says, what helped me is prayer. prayer got me through it. Later on, the magazine conveniently didn't publish that section, and it was also not on a broadcasted interview. Now, I don't know what Ozzy's take was on it, if he even knew that they left it out. But a couple of comments, and you can search this. A couple of people makes reference to it. I think the band members and people that toured with him knew that he always prayed before he went out on stage. Now I see some positive things this morning, actually. That apparently he was given a Bible which he cherished just a couple of weeks ago, and also on his deathbed he proclaimed Jesus and God. You know, I think the bottom line is we must just stop judging, stop spreading hate, and people would be more susceptible or more, I don't know, I can't find the right words now, that maybe Christianity would be more approachable by people, non-believers, or people that might be on the fence. I go back, I think it's Mark 23, I probably got that wrong, but Jesus is on the cross, and he's going through excruciating pain, and next to him are the thieves, and the one thief is mocking him and saying, take yourself, if you're the Son of God, take yourself off this cross and take us off as well, save us. And the other thief is like, stop your mocking, bro. This guy, we deserve what we got, which means he's admitting he was wrong. He was a murderer. But this man, he doesn't deserve this. He's done nothing wrong. And he turns to Jesus and he says, he repented basically and said, listen, remember me when you get to your kingdom. And Jesus says, I assure you, today you will see paradise with me. So I guess the lesson, and this is straight from Jesus, straight from witnesses, is that was a man that probably never set his foot in any synagogue, definitely wasn't baptized, never did anything that Christians might consider tick boxes to getting to heaven. And he went to heaven. Jesus said it, so he did. And he definitely didn't deserve it, but neither do we. I don't think any of us deserve it. But we can only pray and hope that we reach as many people's lives with a good message, and a message of you, by grace you are saved, not by your deeds, and not by what you do and the path you follow. A lot of religions, there's a path to getting to heaven. I think Christianity is set aside with the fact that you get to heaven by grace and grace alone, because no one deserves to go there. We all sin and we all fall short of what we should be, but through God's grace we get there. So that's Paul's thoughts. Cheers.